fiery horse with the speed of light, a cloud of dust, and a hearty hi-yo silver. The Lone Ranger.
In 1878, Oxbow, Texas was still a shabby frontier town, but the westward sweep of the country had so stirred men's imaginations that reporters from eastern newspapers were sometimes sent west on special assignments.
Anybody in?
Sorry, I didn't see you come in. May I help you?
Well, yes, I'd like to speak to Hale Monroe, please.
Go ahead.
I mean, the editor of the paper. Is he around?
I'm the editor.
You mean you're...
Yes, I'm Hale Monroe.
But you're a woman.
I have been for some time, and I've run the Herald for the past 2 years.
Well, I might have known it.
Might have known what?
Look, I'm from the New York Record. I came out here to see you about a story you sent in.
You mean you came all the way from New York for that?
Well, it wasn't my idea. You see, John Justin Moore, the great American editor, often gets crazy notions.
Oh, I see. Well, which story was it?
Well, that wild yarn about some masked rider who goes around capturing outlaws and fighting for justice. Moore seemed to think there was some truth in it.
But you don't.
Of course not. A mysterious champion of justice is common to old folklore. You ought to stick to facts. Leave fiction up to this fellow Mark Twain.
It wasn't fiction. It was true, every word of it.
Now, look, Miss Monroe.
I saw it with my own eyes, and so did 100 other people.
Huh?
Come in here. Here. Look at this. Would I have dared print that if it weren't true?
You mean you got away with printing this locally?
Of course.
This fellow actually exists?
He certainly does. Just ask anybody around here.
Well, how could I get in touch with him?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, he must live somewhere. Doesn't he have an address?
He shows up when he's needed, and then he just disappears.
Well, he could be anywhere.
That's right.
Well, I'm sunk.
Sunk?
Yes. John Justin Moore assigned me to get an exclusive interview with the Lone Ranger.
100 miles to the north, not far from Abilene, Tonto raced for the Lone Ranger's camp, bringing important news.
Kemo Sabe.
What is it, Tonto?
Another jailbreak from Brimstone Prison.
Who was it this time?
Big Tom Davis, Hawk Mason, and a young feller named Peterson.
That's the third jailbreak in the last month.
This one, same as other two, guns smuggled to prisoners working on road gang.
You know, it looks as though these jailbreaks are falling into a pattern.
You think Big Tom and his pals head south?
Well, the others did, and then vanished into thin air somewhere between Abilene and Oxbow.
Me never savvy how them do that.
Well, it would be possible if there were an organization behind them, sort of a underground railway for criminals.
Train run underneath ground?
No, Tonto. During the war, the organization that helped the slaves escape to the north was called the Underground Railway. A criminal organization built along these same lines might become powerful enough to completely undermine the law.
That'd be plenty bad.
Well, let's ride south and try to pick up Big Tom's trail. If there is an outlaw underground, it's got to be smashed.
Don't be discouraged. We'll think of something.
Oh, what? Apparently this fellow only shows up when there's trouble. If I received an engraved invitation to an Indian massacre, maybe I could arrange to meet him somehow. But that's what?
We'll have the Lone Ranger come to you.
Well, how?
You can pose as a fugitive from the law.
Me pose as a...
Nobody in town knows you except the express agent. He probably didn't notice. You can ride, can't you?
Well, of course, but... oh, it's a crazy idea.
I'll print up some reward posters listing you as a train wrecker, a bank robber, and a menace to the West.
Well, thanks very much, but I have no intention of becoming a target for every trigger-happy galoot in the state.
Oh, we'll make the reward good only if you're captured alive.
Well, thanks anyway, but I'm still not interested.
You're afraid, is that it?
No, but, well, it's just that... Do you really think it would work?
Well, if we put up enough posters, the Lone Ranger's bound to see one sooner or later.
Well, it sounds crazy, but... well, maybe it's worth trying.
Good. Now, what name will you use?
Well, what's the matter with mine?
Not colorful enough. Let's see. Your gray hair. We'll call you Frosty. Frosty March.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Let's get to work.
Having picked up the trail left by the 3 convicts who had escaped from Brimstone Prison, the Lone Ranger and Tonto followed in relentless pursuit.
New tracks.
Yes, we're getting close to them now. We'll have to ride more cautiously from now on.
Big Tom, dangerous man.
Yes, we don't want them to see us before we find out where they're going.
If them ride through Badlands, trail be plenty hard to follow.
If we lose their trail, we'll ride on into Oxbow. They'll have to stop there for water.
Hey, Tom, wake up.
What is it? Hey, wait a minute. We're being tailed.
How many of them?
Just two, a masked man and an Indian. They're heading up the canyon.
A masked man.
That must have been the guy we were warned about. Is he riding a white horse? Yeah, that's him, all right. It's a good thing I had you standing guard.
What are we gonna do?
There's two of them and three of us and only one way out of that canyon. Let's go. There they come.
Yeah, I see him.
Wait until they get right under us, and don't miss. That masked hombre's a crack shot. Get set.
He's trying to warn us.
We'd have got him if the blasted horse didn't act up. We're still gonna get him. Pinned down. Where'd you get it?
My shoulder. Feels like it's broke.
That guy's too good a shot. We'll have to lose him in the Badlands.
Oh, I can't ride like this.
I know it.
Well, they'll catch me. I'll go back to prison.
They won't catch you. You know too much.
What do you mean?
You know about Moley's hideout at Oxbow, and you know about the bank robbery he's lined up for us.
Oh, I won't talk, boss.
No, you won't talk.
Oh, no, wait, Big Tom. I feel better. I can ride with you.
You just slow us down. Let's go.
Two of them run away. Come on.
Then kill him. Why?
But I suspect they didn't want him to be caught. He knew who organized their escape and where they were going.
Come on, they're getting away from us.
The trail of the escaped convicts faded and disappeared in the sun-baked earth of the Badlands.
Ground too hard. Even buffalo not leave tracks in a place like this.
Well, we'll go on into Oxbow. We may be able to find some trace of them there. The town's just over that rise.
We camp this close to town?
Well, we'll just stay here long enough for me to get into a disguise. I'm too well known around here since we captured the Salton gang.
Somebody over there.
Yes.
Kemo Sabe. Him have young face and old hair.
He's prematurely gray, Tonto.
Him not sheriff. Why him put up notice?
I don't know.
Frosty March. We never hear of bandit with a name like that.
Listen, age 25, height 5'11", weight 160 pounds, brown eyes, and prematurely gray hair.
Like fella who put up notice.
Exactly like him. Now, why would a man post a reward for his own capture?
Maybe him new kind of crook.
Maybe. We're not interested in any reward, but if this man is a menace to the West, we should do something about it. While I'm getting into my disguise, suppose you follow him into town and see what he does.
Me do that.
Will everything go all right?
I've spread Frosty March all over the countryside. Did you take care of the town?
Yes. Oh, you better put your hat back on. Somebody might recognize you as Frosty.
Yeah, that's right. Well, what's the next move? I'm not going to accomplish anything hiding like this.
Did you ever hear of Molly Saunders?
Nope.
Well, he runs the hotel across the street, but he used to be a big-time crook.
Oh, not too big. I never ran into him when I was cracking safes back east.
Some people think that he uses the hotel as a hideout for his old pals, but they've never been able to prove anything.
In other words, I ought to feel right at home there.
Well, it'd be the logical place for you to go, but Molly's a dangerous man.
Well, so am I, remember?
You will be careful.
Oh, if anything happens, think what a good story it'll make.
Oh, I don't want a story. I just want... Ned, why don't we give this up? I didn't realize what we were getting into.
You, want me to go straight?
I'm serious.
I'll have to make a living, Hale.
Why don't you stay here and help me run the Herald?
Gosh, Hale, that's the nicest offer I've ever had, but, well, I promised I'd get the Lone Ranger. I can't quit now that we've got the trap baited.
I understand, and if you do get him, that means you'll go back east, doesn't it?
Well, Hale, look, let's get this job finished, and then we'll discuss the future. All right?
All right. Well, good luck, Frosty.
Thanks. I'll see you tonight. Got a room, mister?
Sure. What kind of room do you want?
The best. I want to sleep for a week.
That'll be room 15. You'll just sign the register.
Kind of formal about things around here, aren't you?
You'll like it here, Mr. Smith. You're from the East, aren't you?
Never mind where I'm from. Just show me the room.
I'll see if it's ready.
Now, hurry up about it.
Molly. Wait a minute. We got to check through this mirror gadget. Go ahead. Hi, boss.
Hi. Boys, I got the answer to our problem.
Mean you found somebody to take Pete's place?
Yeah, and no too-big gunslinger either. Frosty March just came in.
Frosty March. Who's he?
Well, according to the posters, he's pulled a lot of big jobs back east.
I ain't in favor of taking in any strangers.
Then you shouldn't have killed Peterson. It'll take 3 men to hold up the Plainville Bank.
Don't get sore, Molly. I just want to make sure we can trust this hombre.
He'll be all right. There's a reward out for him.
I get you. He'll have to play ball.
Yeah. I'll bring him down.
Frosty March. Funny, I never heard of him.
What's so funny about that? A lot of people never heard about you either.
Your room's ready, Mr. Smith. This way.
Back there?
I'm putting you in the annex. It's quieter back there.
Oh, good. Hey, what's the idea of that? Oh.
Don't reach for your guns, Frosty.
My gun? No, I wouldn't think of it.
You are Frosty March, aren't you?
Well, you see,
Oh, relax. I'm not after the reward. I'm a friend.
What's the idea of the gun?
You're kind of fast on the draw, Frosty. I didn't want you to misunderstand what I have to say.
Well, I wouldn't misunderstand.
Put down that grip and get down that ladder.
Yeah.
Oh, say there, Indian. Looking for somebody?
Kemo Sabe, that good disguise.
Thanks, Tonto. What did you find out?
Plenty. Frosty March him set trap for you.
For me?
Me hear him talk with girl who run newspaper.
Frank Monroe's daughter?
Her in love with Frosty.
Well, that might explain it, but it's pretty hard to believe that she'd be involved in anything crooked. What kind of a trap is Frosty planning?
Me not know. Him stay at hotel run by Molly Sanders.
Molly?
Girl say him hide crooks there.
Tonto, maybe that's the answer. Molly and Big Tom were once members of the same gang.
You think Molly belonged to underground?
Well, from what I know of Molly, I wouldn't be surprised if he wasn't running it. I'll get a room at the hotel and see what I can learn.
Me go with you.
No, Tonto. You go back to the newspaper office and keep your eye on Hale Monroe. If she is involved with crooks, I want to know about it.
Me savvy.
If you find out anything, let me know at the hotel.
Can I help you?
How's that?
I said, can I help you?
Well, now, I reckon that's right thought of you, stranger, but I can get around by myself.
I mean, what do you want?
Getting kind of nosy, ain't you? Just who are you?
I happen to run this hotel.
Oh, well, now, I was thinking I might just rent me a room here.
Single or double?
What's that?
I mean, do you want a single room or a double room?
Now, look here, son. There's no need of you shouting at me that way. I ain't so restless I got to sleep in 2 rooms. One's enough.
All right. Step up at the desk here. Now, if you'll just register...
What's that?
I said if... Oh, never mind. Give me $1. Here's your key. Room number 4. Up those stairs.
Well, now, son, I don't get sleepy much for sundown. Would you mind if I sat here a spell and studied one of your newspapers?
Suit yourself. There's the newspapers. Help yourself.
Thank you.
Close it up. Did you tell Frosty the plan?
Yeah.
What do you think of it?
Well, it's all right. I used something like that when I held up the Evanston First National.
What was that?
Somebody's in the office. The old man.
Who?
When I give the signal, pull the rope. We're gonna have company. Tie him up.
Whoa. What happened? Who are you folks?
Shut up. I'll ask the questions.
Now, let go of me. I didn't do anything.
Why were you snooping around?
What you say?
Why were you snooping around?
Well, now, I wasn't snooping. I was just looking for some victuals.
You're lying. Somebody sent you here to spy. Who was it?
Mister, I don't know what you're talking about. I just rented me a hotel room.
I'll teach you to...
Take it easy, Moley.
What are you butting in for?
I don't like seeing old men beaten.
He'll get worse than a beating if he doesn't start talking.
Get your hands up, all of you.
What's gotten into you?
I told you, I don't like to see old men beaten.
Now listen, Frosty.
Get your hands up. All right, untie him.
You're crazy. If this old coot talks, we're all liable to...
He's gonna talk plenty, and so am I. I'm gonna turn you crooks over to the sheriff.
You a lawman?
You don't have to be a sheriff to uphold the law. Now untie him. Hurry it up.
Nice going, Big Tom.
The way he held his gun, I figured he was an amateur. Shall I finish him off?
Not here. We've made too much racket already. I better get upstairs.
What are we going to do with him?
Tie him up and put him further back in the mine. We'll work on him later. What do you want, Injun?
Me look for man stay this hotel.
What's his name?
Him old man have patch one eye.
You friend of his?
Ah.
Get your hands up and don't make a sound. Through that door, Injun. Go on. Drop that gun belt, Injun.
It's Moley. He's got an engine with him.
Get down that ladder.
Who's the engine?
I don't know, but I aim to find out. Get going.
Hey, he's the engine that...
Tonto, are you all right?
Everything fine, Kemo Sabe.
Tie Moley and go for a doctor. There's a wounded man down here.
Me do that.
The governor should thank you for exposing Moley's scheme to organize prison breaks. But since the governor's not here, you'll have to put up with me.
Thank you, Sheriff. According to Big Tom's confession, the other criminals that Moley helped to escape are in Woodstock. Is there any word about them?
Yep, I wired the sheriff there, and he's arrested the whole bunch.
Good work. I'm sorry we can't stay to see Anderson. Is he still asleep?
Yes, the doctor gave him a sedative after he dressed his wound.
He's a fine man. It took courage for him to do what he did.
Oh, Hale.
He's awake. Excuse me.
I've got to get to the office. It's not every day a reporter can write firsthand about a gang of crooks.
Relax, Ned. Here's your story.
What? Lone Ranger gives interview. What's this?
You'll be able to go back to New York now.
I'm not going back to New York. I'm going to stay right here with you. But
Ned, do you really mean that?
of course I do. But what's this about the Lone Ranger?
Well, you know the old man you tried to protect?
Yeah, what about him?
He left this for you.
A silver bullet.
Yes, darling. He's the man you came west to interview. He's the Lone Ranger.
Silver!